In this video, we are going to compare Samson Dauda, who is the current Mr. Olympia in 2024, and 2018 Mr. Olympia Shawn Rhoden, and first runner-up Phil Heath in 2018. Shawn Rhoden beat Phil Heath in 2018. So we are going to compare these three athletes. So let's say who is going to win this comparison. So you can see the conditioning of Samson Dauda. The midsection is not that impressive, but still I would say that he has improved a lot from last 2 years, because last 2 years his midsection was just horrible, I would say, and this time he's improved and he's looking slightly better from last 2 years. And overall you can see the conditioning and overall size, especially his quads, he has improved in size and conditioning as well. And on the other hand, we see Shawn Rhoden. He was just looking complete, he was so conditioned. You can see the midsection, the serratus interior, the lats, everything is just looking fantastic. You can see the quads are also very impressive. You can see the conditioning, next level conditioning. His quads are so big. And we see Phil Heath's physique, so somehow his quads are not that conditioned like we have seen Phil Heath in his peak years, like 2011, 13, 14. He was not looking that impressive in terms of his quads. And you can see the midsection, his midsection was not impressive at all. His arms, chest is good, and you can see the shoulders, everything is just good. But like we all know, the Phil Heath, the monster Phil Heath, so something is missing in this physique. Like you can see the midsection is not impressive, he's looking flat from midsection. So I will give this to yes, Shawn Rhoden, because of overall conditioning. And second, I will give this to Samson Dauda, and third, I will give this to Phil Heath. So let's move to second pose. So if we talk about any side chest, so I would say that Samson Dauda has improved a lot in this pose. You can see the glutes, hamstrings, so he has improved the conditioning in glutes, hamstrings, but still not as conditioned as Shawn Rhoden. You can see the glutes, quads, hamstrings. So in leg section, Shawn Rhoden is just phenomenal in 2018. And you can see the upper body, so he has improved upper body in 2018. You can see the conditioning overall, his midsection was looking good. And on the corner, you can see the Phil Heath was looking impressive in this pose. You can see the shoulders, arms, chest, and midsection. So in this pose, his midsection is looking good, but still I would say the glutes are better in Shawn Rhoden's physique. But still, overall, I think Phil Heath is carrying good roundness in muscles. The conditioning, you can see the striations, the obliques, the midsection in this pose is looking good. You can see the hamstrings and quads, the bigger size, the roundness. So I will give this to Phil Heath. And second, I will give this to Shawn Rhoden, yes. And third, I will give this to Samson Dauda. So let's move to next pose, and back lat spread. So if we talk about the width, yes, in width Samson Dauda is unbeatable from upper body. You can see the density in middle traps, the outer lats, the width. You can see he's looking impressive and big, especially the hamstrings were so conditioned this year of Samson Dauda. And we see Shawn Rhoden's back, and Shawn Rhoden's back is not that wide. As we can see, his back is decent enough. And you can see the glute area is so conditioned, calves are so conditioned of Shawn Rhoden's, hamstrings are conditioned, so lower section is fully conditioned. And you can see the triceps, so you can see the striated triceps, so he's looking impressive in this pose. And on the other hand, we see Phil Heath, so Phil Heath is also impressive in this pose. The striated glutes, hamstrings, back, the density in back, the depth in back. So from backside, I will Samson Dauda is glutes are not that impressive, his glutes are not conditioned, but overall aesthetically he's looking pleasant. And but still I prefer Phil Heath in this pose, because his back is so dense, and glutes, hamstrings are also good. But Shawn Rhoden's back is fine, but lower section is much more impressive. So I will give this to Phil Heath, and second I will give this to Samson Dauda, and third I will give this to Shawn Rhoden. So now let's talk about back double biceps. So again you can see the Samson Dauda, he's looking very impressive. The V taper, the most impressive V taper this year, the muscle mass, the conditioning, he was looking complete. But when we compare with these two legends, Shawn Rhoden and Phil Heath, just look at their glutes and look at Samson Dauda's glutes. So only glutes is missing in Samson Dauda's physique, the conditioning in glutes. But overall, he is impressive. So if he had the glutes of Phil Heath, definitely he is going to win very easily. But still I'll give this pose to Phil Heath first, and second I will give this to Samson Dauda, and third I will give this to Shawn Rhoden. So let's talk about most muscular pose, and in this pose we can see the Samson Dauda is looking phenomenal in this pose. He was so hard. You can see the conditioning, overall conditioning, he is looking so impressive. And we see Shawn Rhoden, he is also impressive. You can see the conditioning in his body, especially the lower section. He's looking so impressive. You can see the waist, he's looking just unreal. The symmetry, you can see the gaps in midsection, you can see he's so tiny from midsection, and in this pose you can see the obliques and abs. So but still I would say Shawn Rhoden's arms are not that conditioned, but shoulders are good and chest is good, and midsection and legs are just phenomenal. And Phil Heath, he's looking good in this pose. You can see the quads, shoulder, arms, but midsection, in terms of midsection, he's not very impressive in 2018. Quads are also good, but still in some poses Shawn Rhoden's quads are more impressive, more conditioned. But in this picture Phil Heath is looking rounded, but according to proportion symmetry, Shawn Rhoden is looking good. And Samson Dauda is hard, but still I would say that that era 2018 the lighting were not that good, and in that lighting they are looking hard. So it is very tough to give this to Samson Dauda, but I will definitely want to give this to Samson Dauda because of his overall size and conditioning, and on stage he was looking so big. So I will go with Samson Dauda. And second I will go with Phil Heath because of his roundness in shoulder, arms, chest, and the midsection is also looking good in this photo, and quads are, we know he's looking good in quads too. So third I will give this to Shawn Rhoden. But there are some transitions and pose that year in 2018 when he's hitting abs with thighs, he was looking very horrible. Phil Heath, I'm talking about Phil Heath. So there are some poses that Phil Heath was not good, so that is why Shawn Rhoden beat him, and he was deserving winner. So this is up for the video. I hope you liked it. Very soon I'll see you with new video. Till then, bye bye.